Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road.
Natural Life Apothecary is your one-stop shop for natural healing and remedies, offering a full line of organic herbs, oils, teas, CBD, and federally legal Delta products. Visit naturallifetx.com today and save 15% on your entire order with discount code ROUGHNECK. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the race.
Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another night of On the Pole Racing here tonight. We are with the hopefully that's Oh, we are looking here at James Wagoner as they are setting times down here. We only got about 9 drivers here tonight for the James Wagoner Welding Xfinity Series. Kind of, I understand from the league standpoint, they're a little bit disappointed with the turnout, but not much we can do to fix that issue as we get ready here for the main race here tonight. As we got these Xfinity cars rolling around the track right now, and I'm not sure why. Maybe that's just the way that one is. Okay, yeah. As Foothills number 00 of Steven Shoes coming out on track, running along the apron there in that Chevy Camaro. And no Toyotas that I see in the field here tonight. We got 5 Chevrolets and 4 Fords, so pretty well evenly split, if you ask me, as we roll on down through here. Best lap so far is by Ethan Eckert with a 29.818. Matt Gall there in second with a 29.936. Chris Phillips with a 29.950. And there you see Steven Shoe sitting there on pit road. He's sitting there in fourth with a 30.007. Jeffrey Ledford sitting there fifth so far with a 30.211. Larry Fairman with a 30.213. Chris Ramsey with a 30.238. James Wagoner with a 30.405. And Justin Hollings there with a 30.630. So that is all there is for qualifying. We're just waiting to see. Just waiting for them to switch over the session here. As looks like everybody has qualified. Ethan, there you got somebody in chat cheering you on. They're saying at least you can't get 20th tonight, but right now sitting on the pole. As long as qualifying ends out that way, which I'm pretty positive it will, as I think everybody is through qualifying. So let's go ahead and real quickly take a look at tonight's weather. As it's 72 degrees Fahrenheit on track, 72 degrees is your ambient temperature outside, 30 degrees, or 30, not 30 degrees, but 30% humidity, partly cloudy with 2-mile-per-hour winds. Is your weather here tonight on this December 2nd evening. We got muted again. There we go. Alrighty. At least now I know when I'm muted because I don't hear myself echo in my head. Alrighty, here we go. The grid is up. Here's your starting grid. Ethan Eckert on pole. Outside him is going to be Matthew Gall. That is your front row. In row number 2 is going to be Chris Phillips there in third position on the inside, with Steven Shoe to his outside starting in fourth. Row number 3 is going to be Jeffrey Ledford on the inside in position number 5, with Larry Fairman in the number 99 starting in sixth. And row number 4, it's going to be Chris Ramsey in that 7th position on the inside with James Wagoner, otherwise known as Dougie, out there in 8th. Well, that's outside row number 4. Justin Hellings there in 9th as we get ready to roll here this evening. Double check on this here, make sure it's working. It looks like it is working tonight. We had some issues with the booth last night, but we are glad to see that it is operating like it should be. So camera's not freezing up, and it looks like everybody can see me okay. So that works. So now back to track action as they roll off of the pit road. You should be able to pull that a little farther. As we work on down here off the pit road, Stephen Chu and his teammate there, the 01 of Jeffrey Ledford. Down here off of corner number 2, bound here onto the backstretch. As we were trying to really see what, I got my own little map now, personal map, so I don't always have to have it up on screen, cluttering up, unless the viewers want it. I mean, if the viewers want the map, I'll put the map up. Otherwise, we'll just leave it here in my personal view. No, I got a little side, every time I get on, I try to improve somewhere along the lines. And tonight's no different. Green flag in the air. We're down and away. In the corner number 1 to go for 100 laps here at Texas as they storm down here in the corner number 1. Ethan Eckert getting off to a great start down there to the inside lane as he rolls off here into corner number 2 into the backstretch as they keep rolling off down here into the off of 3 and 4 back around to the front stretch. And this is the Roughneck Racing League. Become Elite is their hashtag there underneath their logo. James Wagoner Welding, the sponsor here for the Xfinity Series this Monday evening. And if you followed us a little bit last night there at about 10 p.m. last night, we went, or between 10 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern time last night, we were live with a money race from Talladega that went off really, really well. Everybody's single file right now as we work around Texas Motor Speedway down here off of 4. Back around there onto the front stretch. Ethan Eckert there in first. There in third, we're on lap number 3. Chris Phillips in second. We're going to keep this camera on a kind of rotating basis if we can to try to catch the best action on the... Oh, dang, hiccups, don't do this again tonight. As we're looking at Stephen Chu going down there in the corner number 3 and 4 back out onto the front stretch. Ethan Eckert out there in front with that 12 machine. Down here in the corner number 1 he goes. Matthew Gall there second. Chris Phillips there in third. As we've got Jeffrey Ledford fourth with Stephen Chu rounding out your top 5. As we're on board there now with Stephen Chu as he rolls down the backstretch. And back around here onto the front stretch down there through that tri-oval there of Texas down here in the corner number 1. Lap number 5. Side-by-side racing there for about 8th position, it looks like, between Fairman and Doogie. I'm sorry, not Doogie, but Dougie. I'll get that right eventually there, Doug. I'm completely sorry about that. I will get that right. I do swear to that. Dougie there is in 7th in that James Wagoner welding machine. Here we got Stephen Chu and the 00 James Wagoner welding sponsored machine down here in the corner number 1. And being pushed along there by Jeffrey Ledford in that number 99. Ledford looking to the outside now of Chu as they come down here through corner number 4. Corner number 2. Yeah, look at my map, dummy. Here in the corner number 3 they go. Well, as they roll on through, Ethan Eckert still holds on to that lead out front. Got about a second gap over top of second place at the moment. As you see just how much space is between Ledford and Chu. Ledford is that little yellow bumper right there in front. As you see them go down here into the backstretch. Eckert still out front with Gall there in second. Phillips third. As you can see just how much gap there is between first and second. Way up there, that little dot going into corner number 1 right now. That's our leader of Ethan Eckert. Holding really strong on that. Here comes Dougie right to the bumper of Fairman as he rolls along there on the bottom side, but Dougie is trying to get off the corner up there in the backstretch. Down here into corner number 3, we are on lap number 8 of 100 here this evening as we roll back down here into corner number 3 and 4, back out onto the front stretch. As they roll along, you do have Stephen Shue there in 5th, with Fairman there 6th. James Wagoner there in 7th. We head off the corner and down into the straightaway here on the front stretch. Heading into corner number 1 once again. And the battle heats up there towards second place as Chris Phillips is looking underneath Matt Gall going down the backstretch. And into corner number 3 and 4, there's that battle going on. Chris Phillips looking down there on the inside. He's got Gall up on the high side. Phillips there on the inside as they work down there through the D-shaped trioval here at Texas. And making it through, and it's going to be that Foothills Motorsports machine of Chris Phillips taking over second spot. Getting up there behind Ethan Eckert, now trying to set his sights on that as they roll down the backstretch. Here at lap number 11. We got 11 on the board. Now we're on lap number 12 as Eckert just comes across and makes it through here. So we are front to back. It is going to be Ethan Eckert, Chris Phillips there in second. Matthew Gall third. Jeffrey Ledford there fourth. Stephen Shue rounding out your top 5 as they roll on down through here. There you see, once again, Phillips hanging on to second place there as he got around Gall, as Gall dropped back there in the third. Now we walk back here to Dougie as he is back here in 6th. Working there, trying to get up there, try to gain some more spots in that number 30 machine as he works down here off of corner number 4. Down here into corner number 1 once again. Down here onto the backstretch. As they work down through, and whoa, Dougie. Well, it wasn't Dougie. That was a Fairman getting a little loose there in that 99 coming off at corner number 2. As they work their way back down here into corner number 3 and up there onto the front stretch. There comes the James Wagoner Welding machine of Stephen Shue as he works down here into corner number 1. As they work along here. Ethan Eckert still out there in front. Chris M., I notice you're sitting here watching this tonight and watching Ethan here. And it does look like Ethan has a pretty good grasp on the race so far out there in front, as he's got about a 1.5, almost 1 3/4 second gap over him and second place Chris Phillips. Yep, 1.5 second over Chris Phillips. And then between Gall and Phillips is about 1.8 second. Or is that off the lead? No, that's off the lead. I'm sorry. Dougie having some struggles coming off corner number. Dougie having some struggles coming off at corner number 2 there, as he hits the backstretch, gets it straightened out, and they are back straightened away. As Shue down there underneath of Ledford, down here in the corner number 3, or out of 3 and 4, down around here in the corner number 1. 100 laps the distance for us tonight. Heading on down through here. It is Eckert, Phillips, Gall, Shue, Ledford. That is your top 5 as you see rolling across the top of your screen there this evening. It's crisp, cool December evening. As we're watching there of Ledford, he's got Dougie right behind him in that number 30 machine, slowly reeling him in. They work on down through here off of corner number 2. Into the backstretch and into corner number 3. We head on down through here. And for all those that are watching James Wagoner Welding Xfinity Series here on the Pole here tonight from Flieger Farm TV, be rest assured On the Pole is checking a flight here after we are done here at Texas. And we're heading to a GT3 race, road course racing here on the Pole here tonight. So that'll be interesting to see how well we can come along broadcasting that, but we have some things to set up prior to that. That is going to be at 9:30 following this broadcast of the Roughneck Racing. And oh no, Ledford up there into the outside wall coming off of corner number 4. That's going to let Dougie get up there right behind him, see if he can close that gap down here in the corner number 1 and 2 as we head on down here through the backstretch on to turn number 2 now. I guess that was out of 3 and 4 that would have been as he hit the front stretch wall. Here comes Dougie now down there to the inside of Ledford. Coming into corner number 3 and 4. Working around there on the bottom side, that is Wagner. He slides up in front of Ledford. He does get that 6th position. He does move up from 6th position into 5th with that pass, dropping Ledford back there into 6th. Here on lap number 20. With 20 on the board. Riding around out onto the front stretch, heading down here, down the back stretch now. Still leading it is going to be Ethan Eckert. Fairman in the pit lane as he is now a lap down. He went ahead and pitted here at lap number 20. I'm unsure of what the fuel window is. It looks like Wagner is branding the different logo there on that 30 machine this week. Instead of it being for his own James Wagoner Welding, he's got the RGR Money Madness on the front of that machine. And you can catch that. I know we had that last night. We also, I understand they are having a race Wednesday night. They roll down here into corner number 1. We got lap number 22 on the books as it is. Still leading the way, Ethan Eckert down here in the corner number 1. Hollings there in 8th, with Fairman there 9th. Hollings about almost 18, is over 18 seconds behind. A lot can still go on, but we are on lap number 23. Drivers are really, really spread out now as we head down here into corner number 1 and 2. Watching along here with Dougie. Rolling off of corner number 2, back down the back stretch, heading into corner number 3. As the leader already is across that. And we have somebody on pit lane. That is going to be Justin Hollings. As we're on lap number 24 now. Hollings there in pit road in that number 5 machine. And it looks like Fairman is trying to hang on to what is left of his lap. And he's a good 50 seconds gap behind. As he works down there. Now he goes around Hollings there on the front stretch. I mean, I am definitely curious what the pit window is here. As we are now working on a quarter of the way through the race. When this lap is complete, we will be a quarter of the way of the completed race here tonight for the James Wagoner Welding Xfinity Series. And I don't think the weather has changed any. Oh no, track temperature has gone up to 98 degrees Fahrenheit. We'll work down here off of corner number 3 and 4, back out into that D-shaped trioval. Down there in the corner number 1, you got the 6 there of Chris Phillips. Matthew Gall there in 3rd. You see Eckert out there in front of that number 6. Chris Phillips rolling down here in the corner number 3. Well, we are officially a quarter of the way through as we're working on lap number 26, soon to be lap number 27, with 26 laps in the books. As here comes Eckert across the finish line down here in the corner number 1. And we'll see what type of stuff we can dig up here on Texas Motor Speedway while these drivers are so spread out here. Alrighty, so here we go. With this, Texas is a it's a 1.5 mile track. We got turns 1 and 2 are at 20 degrees, with turns 3 and 4 at 24 degrees. Your front stretch and your straightaways are at 5 degrees. So definitely still a jump going from 24 degrees down to 5 through that D-shaped oval. But these drivers are handling it with precision here tonight as they work back down here across the backstretch. Again, that's at a 5-degree bank angle down there through the backstretch. They work there through turn 3 and 4, back out onto the front stretch. Down here working, and it's still Ethan Eckert out there in front. Chris Phillips there second. Matthew Gall sitting third with Stephen Schuh there fourth. We've got Fairman down a lap. Hullings down 2 laps. Hullings back into the pits. Unsure exactly what's going on with that number 5 machine as he went back into the pits. Oh, dear. Problems there for Hullings. As looks like the front end of that machine is broke. He tries to back it up down the pit road. That'll probably be black flag, but we'll have to see. He's doing some shenanigans, backing up back into his pit stall. But definitely damage there on that number 5 machine. As you can see, it's not sitting quite right. His best bet is to come back around and just keep it on the bottom and try to get back around to repair it once again. As all the leaders come out above him. There you see Chris Phillips sitting second, still trying to see if he can chase down Ethan Eckert. Eckert been out there in front since the drop of the qualifying, really. He set down a pace to beat in qualifying. Now he's out there setting the pace here in the main event, in the main race. 33 laps on the board down here in the corner number 1. We work on down through here. And it is a third of the way now through the race here tonight. So a third of the race complete here at James Wagoner Welding Xfinity Series. Got about 27 laps and it'll be halfway. Hollings now back into the pits. Hopefully this time he can get in there. And there he is. Now he's in the pit box getting some work done to that machine. There it is. There you saw the quick repair done on the number 5 machine. Hollings having some issues there tonight for that team. And here they come back around, making it lap number 35. You got Ethan Eckert out there in front with Chris Phillips there second, Matthew Gall there in third, Stephen Schuh in fourth, James Wagoner for James Wagoner Welding there in fifth, or Dougie as they would call him, Doug Wagner. Jeffrey Ledford there sixth, Chris Ramsey there in seventh, Larry Fairman there in eighth. And they keep rolling here off of the corner, back out onto the front stretch they go. Oh, I'm sorry, no, is that front stretch or back stretch? Where? Oh, crap, that is the back stretch. All right, got my bearing back. Back out onto the back stretch as we roll around here onto the front. Here on lap number 36. It's Chris Phillips there in second. Trying to chase down Eckert out there in front. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the race. And if you look at the top right corner, there is a little bit of a bar there that we here at Figure Farm are trying to strive towards. Hopefully by the end of December, if we can. We're trying to get ourselves up to 500 subscribers. so hopefully we can kind of work our way to that. I will work down here off of corner number 4, back out here onto the front stretch. You got Ethan Eckert out there in front. Chris Phillips there second. Matthew Gall third. Stephen Shue fourth. Jeffrey Ledford there fifth. Chris Ramsey there in sixth. Larry Fairman there seventh with James Dougie there in eighth as they have come to pit lane. Dougie came in the pit lane here at lap number 35 and is currently there back out on track here at lap number 38. So I'm looking to see, I'm curious to know what the fuel window is. Does Dougie still have one more stop to make? Or rather, did he get it? Or was he able to split the race enough to stay out there as everybody else has to make their pit stop yet? Matthew Gall on his way in. Jeffrey Ledford on his way in. So the dominoes start to fall here on the front stretch as they come down here in the pit lane. Matthew Gall there fifth, Jeffrey Ledford there sixth. So it's only a matter of time before our leaders of Ethan Eckert. Now there comes Chris Phillips in. Stephen Shue working down here in the corner number 1. Ethan Eckert out here on the back stretch coming out of corner number 2. Chris Ramsey now up to third as the drivers are pitting. Matthew Gall back out on track, but is a lap down because of the green flag stops. And it looks like Eckert's going to stay out a little bit more, try to widen that gap a little bit more as we head on down here through the corner. 41 laps on the board is currently what we're working on. And we still have Chris Phillips on his way out. Chris Ramsey is on his way in. Stephen Shue there out in second. Chris Ramsey, like we said, on his way down pit road into his pit box for his green flag pit stop. Ethan Eckert now pulls it down there on the pit lane. So how's this going to affect the drivers up here towards the front? We will have to wait and see. As Stephen Shue still stays out. Here comes Wagoner into the outside wall, coming through the dry oval there on the front stretch as we get to lap number 42. Hollings there, that lap machine, the number 5, just trying to survive here tonight. Down here through off of the corner, not off the corner number 2, down the backstretch. Stephen Shue still left out there to pit. Eckert is in the pit lane. He is down there. Down here off of corner number 2, there's Stephen Shue. We're going down through. Here comes Stephen Shue to pit lane now. That's going to hand the lead over to Matt Gall. Matt Gall pitted at lap 38. And I got out there. And James Wagoner, him pitting at lap number 35. He's a little far behind Gall. So now Matt Gall up there in front. As they cycle through the pit stops. Now, I'm not sure, like I said, I'm not sure if they're going to have another green flag stop or not to top off on fuel to make it to the end. I don't know if we'll see more tires being taken. I don't know how important tires are here in Texas. But being green flag racing almost all the way, there goes Eckert back to the front as he comes around Matt Gall out there for the lead. Down the backstretch, Ethan Eckert out front. Here comes Dougie going around Chris Phillips. Down there on the inside, but Chris Phillips holding it on. Down here in the corner number 1 and 2, as they work off, we have one on. That's Larry Fairman coming back on pit road, and that number 99. Here on lap number 45, there you see Larry Fairman down there on pit road. He's going to end up losing a lap. Possibly another lap if he's not already a lap down. Here comes Eckert across that front start line. Down here heading into corner number 1, you got Matt Gall there in second. And there you see Chris Phillips and Doug Wagner down here in the corner number 1 and 2. As they head off of 2 down the backstretch, it is going to be Doug Wagner there in 4th, trying to chase down Chris Phillips, who's currently sitting there in 3rd. As you see, Larry Fairman, there is a lap down, and he's back out on track. So as they work down here off of corner number 2, heading back around to the front, or back straightaway, sorry. And off of corner number 3 and 4 they go. Everybody looking great as everybody's working there off of the corner. Eckert's starting to really put another gap out there. He's got about a 2-second gap over second place. They come down here off that D-shaped trioval down here in the corner number 1. Eckert up front. We're looking at Stephen Shue as he's working his way around the track. Justin Hullings there in 9th. Struggling here tonight. Got more damage on the front of that machine as they roll down here. Looks like he might have got loose and has touched the outside wall a few times with the front quarter panel of that machine. That front fender is creased in there on the front of that number 5. Hopefully not having a tire rub, as you kind of see him skate around there a little bit through the trioval. Trying to hold it down there off of Shue as he works down here off of corner number 2. There he goes. He's going to give way there to the faster car of Shue down here into corner number 3. We are over halfway now as Eckert just went across the start-finish line as we're watching Stephen Shue come around turns 3 and 4, trying to hang on and get back up there to try to battle Doug Wagner. Doug Wagner is up here trying to get up here to Chris Phillips, but they're getting gapped out as well. And look at this gap here between Eckert and Gall. I mean, the gap's just extending here tonight as Eckert has really found his number here at has really found the number here at Texas. And definitely laying down some great lap times, holding on to such a lead out there in front in that number 12 machine. As we're working down here through turn 3 and 4 here in season 5 of James Wagner, as we got bringing you the Xfinity series this season. We ran the I want to say the Gen 6 last season? Yeah, I want to say it was Gen 6 last season. And the money race last night was the Next Gens. By looking at the car bodies, I would say it was Next Gens. Heading off of corner number 4, as you see Ethan Eckert. They're driving at Menards number 12 down there in the corner number 1. Around off of corner number 2. He's still hanging on. There's a Ford in first, a Ford in second, which is Matt Gall, as we're on board here with Matt Gall, coming out of New Braunfels, Texas. James Wagner back here. Yeah, I gotta adjust that again. Oh boy. Now we're watching James Wagner. They're in about 4th position, trying to get to his Out here off the front stretch, looks like we got. I'm trying to see which number that is. There, right behind Dougie, as it looks like the 00 no, Shoe. Sorry, 00 Shoe is going to go to the inside of Doug Wagner. Dang it. Sorry, I ended up getting muted again. Alrighty, somebody got a little bit of radio chat. Alrighty, down here off of corner number 2. We're watching at 13. Try to get around Hollings there in at number 5. I'm hearing there's a little bit of conflict on the racetrack. Unsure exactly what that might be. We got Chris Ramsey working to try to get around the lap machine there of Hollings. There we got Matt Gall there in second. As we work here off of 2 down the backstretch. We got Phillips trying to chase him down. We head down here in the corner number 3 and 4. Ethan Eckert out there in front. Matt Gall second. Chris Phillips there third. Steven Shue in fourth. Doug Wagner sitting there fifth with Jeffrey Leffler there sixth. Chris Ramsey there in seventh. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the racing action here as we bring it to you here on the pool from Flicker Farm TV or FFTv, well, wherever you prefer to say it. We work down here in the corner number 3 and 4 once again. Watching Matthew Gall. And they are strung out all over the racetrack here tonight. And we'll go ahead and throw the map up for everybody that's watching so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. And you can see where your drivers are as we work down here through off of corner number 4 watching, or 2, off of corner number 4 as we're watching Chris Ramsey now, still trying to get around Hollings. Whoa, what a hit up there into that outside barrier wall for that number 5 of Hollings. That car has really been put through its paces here tonight, getting beaten up along the way. Down here through off of corner number, they're working here off of 2, or no, I'm sorry, they're working off of 4. You got the 99 there of Fairman, along with the, we're watching the 5, and trying to see who is and who isn't a lap down. I know Hollings is as many laps down. I think Ramsey and Fairman are both 1 lap down. Oh no, Ramsey's not a lap down, but Fairman is definitely 1 lap down. Hollings is 6 laps down. They work here off of the corner down here into the front first corners. We're looking there at Larry Fairman as they come off a 2. He finally was able to get around Hollings and set his sights there on Ramsey if he can. But unfortunately, Fairman is a lap down, so he's just trying to make sure he's in position if there's a caution that comes out. Or are we going to go green flag the whole way here tonight as we watch the James Wagoner Welding Xfinity Series here on the pole with us tonight? Oh, down here off up corner number 4, down here through the front straightaway. They work on down here. It's still going to be James Wagoner Welding. I'm sorry, it says the James Wagoner Welding Xfinity Series, and it's still going to be Ethan Eckert out there in front as he's currently working off of corner number 4 right now, right behind these drives. As we're on board there with them, down here in the corner number 1, this is Ethan Eckert out there in front. In that number 4 out of Chicago. At lap number 70. They complete lap number 70. It will be 30 laps to go as here comes Stephen Shue around to gain his lap. Or I'm sorry, no, that's Jeffrey Ledford to gain his lap back. They come down working here off of the corner. Down here back in the corner number 1. Back around onto the backstretch. And once again, this is the James Wagoner Welding Xfinity. And if you're looking for other fun races, check out Roughneck Racing as they have money. They have a money series now running. And oh no, hang on to it there, Ledford, as he skates it off of corner number 4. And the 13 is on pit road. That is Chris Ramsey in for a pit stop. As we're under 30 to go. Down here in the corner number 1 and 2. Heading around onto that backstretch. Here we go. Oh no. Okay, Holling gets out of the way of the leader of Ethan Eckert. Now only 3 drivers on the lead lap as it stands right now. If it finishes out this way. Ethan Eckert out there in front. Matthew Gall there second. James Wagoner there third. And we're looking at Jeffrey Ledford as he works around Larry Fairman in at number 99. Fairman falling back. Chris Ramsey right there as well after he had his pit stop. Here comes Fairman in the pit lane. He's going to make a pit stop here at lap number 73. As they make it lap 74 when he crosses the line. There comes Matt Gall in. Hollings in as well. We go down here off of corner number 4. There you see Matt Gall coming in. Eckert is in. Wagoner still out on track in at number 30. As he pulling it to pit lane this time. No, he does not. And when he comes across the line, it'll be 26 laps to go. He comes down across into corner number 1 and 2. Wagner still starts to try to hang on. Hang on to it there, Wagner, as he comes down the backstretch. The biggest thing with there comes Wagoner down into the pit road. Working there off of the corner. He got it down there in the pit lane. That's going to hand the lead back over to Chris Phillips whenever he comes across the line. With the number 12 of Eckert there in second. Stephen Shue third. Caution is out with 25 laps to go. That was brought out by Larry Fairman. We'll go ahead and take a look at it here with the on the pole instant replay. As you see, there goes Fairman skating it there out of corner number 2. Tries to save it, and it looks like it's just going to snap back around. And it does. It snapped, and he tries to get it straightened back out, and he does almost get it, but slams that right side into the outside barrier wall. End up bringing it back down, trying to catch it again. And we'll see, does he keep it off the inside wall? Does look like he does, but I'm pretty sure that car took a heavy hit. No, he doesn't. He ends up getting into that inside wall as he's trying to bring it to a stop. That outside wheel locked up there on the 99. Tough break here for Fairman. Not quite the race he was hoping for. Well, now this is going to shake things up. As Wagner's on his way out, Phillips, Eckert, Shue, Ledford, Ramsey, and Hollings all in. Matt Gall stayed out. I don't know, Chris. Chris M., do you think he's gonna? You think Eckert has a shot here tonight? Well, let's go ahead and get with one of the. See if we can get one of the drivers as we're under caution here. All right. Good evening there, Matt. How's it going?
Going pretty good.
Well, you're out front right now. Do you think you can hang on to it for these last 24 laps?
Well, this number 12 looks really strong, and I think Chris Phillips is pretty good back in P4. I did not pit with them because I was one lap into my run after pitting, so I think I'm going to be okay on tires. But we'll give them everything I got here. But that 12 is pretty darn fast today.
Yeah, that number 12 of Eckert definitely seems to have some extra horses under that machine. Maybe post-race, maybe somebody needs to make sure that motor's up to spec.
Yeah, we'll have to check on that for sure. We'll have guys in the garage do that. But yeah, we're gonna give it what we can. Anything on the podium is good for me, so we'll give it heck.
All righty, well, good luck to you here as the race goes on. Seems that it's been a fairly good race so far. Not too many cautions. This is our first caution in the 100-lap race tonight.
Yeah, very clean. I do like that too. I like it when we get to play strategy and take care of tires and do green flag fuel stops. It brings the whole racing element into it rather than just having those cautions determining everything. So, yep, it's been a lot of fun. We'll see if we can get these last 22. What are we gonna have? 22 when we go green, 21 maybe. So get the last 20 laps just going green. Yeah. So hopefully we'll get those under green and see where we end up.
All right. Well, good luck to you, Matt, and hopefully we'll be speaking to you at the finish.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. So that was Matt Gall there in the out there in front. He's got that 12 of Ethan Eckert out there. He knows he's going to be the car to beat. He's been on rails all night long. Hopefully he didn't try one of the old NASCAR cheats that I heard about where guys used to stuff something burnable down into the cylinder to change the cubic inch whenever, or at least what I heard was they would stuff like paper or cardboard down in the cylinder whenever they were going through the checks to change the cubic inch down to where it was supposed to be. And then once they fired the car up and took off racing, that cardboard and stuff would burn out of the motor, and therefore it would give them more cubic inch at that point. And give them a bigger displacement, therefore giving them a little extra power under the hood. Alrighty, so since they called it off, I heard them call it off for whatever reason, we are going to go green flag at lap number 20. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with the green flag here in just a moment.
Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road.
All right, lights are out on that pace machine. They're rolling out of corner number 2, getting ready to come down that backstretch here tonight. Alrighty, Matt, Chris, we will keep Matt in our prayers. Lori, it is definitely a great race here so far tonight. First caution comes out at about lap 25 or so. Or 25 to go. We'll see here on the lap counter. Looks to have been about laps. Yeah, looks around lap 76. We get underway. They're going to go 3 wide there, almost 3 wide there for that second spot, giving Eckert a run for the money. We've got Phillips there in third. And there goes Eckert down to the bottom side. And it looks like Gall is just going to let him have it. He knows he don't have what it takes to stay up there with that number 12 as he comes back down here into corner number 3 and 4. So I'm confused here. What? There's the green flag. Drivers took off a lap early. That was weird. Pace car pulled off a lap early. Therefore, the drivers started a lap early. Come down here across the start finish line down here into corner number 1. I don't know what was going through Barney's head there at that moment in time. Barney was caught sleeping up there on the flag stand apparently. Forgot to turn the race over to green when Fred pulled the pace car down on the pit road. As we go storming down the backstretch, Ethan Eckert out there in front. Matthew Gall second. Jeffrey Ledford there in the Foothills 01 out there in third. You got the James Wagoner Welding Foothills machine of Chris Phillips sitting there in fourth. Looking underneath his teammate there of Ledford as they come down here off corner number 4 down through that D tri-oval down into corner number 1. And work here now off of 2 down that backstretch. 17 to go now as they work on down here through the backstretch into corner number 3. Chris Phillips there in third as Matt Gall is in second. Ethan Eckert there in first. Off up 4. Still going to be Eckert out front. Got Gall there second. Chris Phillips there third. Ledford fifth. Shue or Ledford fourth, Shoe fifth. That is how your top 5 stack up right now here with 16 to go. As they work there off on the backstretch into corner number 3. Halling still having some issues there in that number 08. Looks like Larry Fairman is out of the race here tonight. So unfortunately, if you came to watch Fairman is out of the contentions here this evening to compete at Texas. So down here into corner number 1. And Larry Fairman had that, is the one that brought out that caution. It might have been just too extensive to repair before the race was over. As we head down here into corner number 3, we're watching Chris Phillips there in that 3rd position. And now we jump back here to Stephen Shue, who's sitting back here in 5th. His teammates there in front of him of Ledford and Phillips. Ledford there in the 01, Phillips there in the 6th. Matt Gall still sitting in 2nd. And like Matt said, he doesn't really have much for Eckert, as Eckert seems to have Texas's number here tonight as they run down the backstretch. Ledford, Stephen Shue, all up there on the front, or up there trying to battle up towards the front, as Shue and Ledford swap positions coming off of turn number 4 back through that D-shaped tri-oval with 13 to go now as they head down here into corner number 1. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the racing action here. Ethan Eckert, Matthew Gall, Chris Phillips, Stephen Schutz, Jeffrey Ledford, Chris Ramsey, James Wagoner are all your drivers on the lead lap currently. Wagner is the last car on the lead lap. Back here in 7th. As he's working it through turn number 3 and 4 here at the back of the pack. Eckert, great job out front. As there you see him just left the bottom of your screen. There goes Gall and Phillips. Here comes Shue and Ledford along with Ramsey and Wagner as they roar through turns 3 and 4. Looking at the 01 now, Jeffrey Ledford. Ledford now works off of corner number 3, or off of 2, I'm sorry, down the backstretch. Through 3 and into 4. Down the backstretch, into corner number 3 and 4. Ethan Eckert still out front, about a 1.2 second gap back to Gall. And then you've got about a 2-second gap back to Phillips from that lead spot. And roll down here through 1 and 2. The 5 of Hollings is on pit road once again. As they work on down here through the backstretch, down here into corner number 3 and 4. Back onto that front stretch, 8 laps to go as Eckert crosses that start-finish line with Gall right there trying to find somewhere he's getting that extra momentum down here into corner number 1. Looks like a battle is going to heat up as we're looking on forward off of the 01 of Jeffrey Ledford. Down here off of corner number 1 and 2. And heading into 3 and 4 now. Back around onto that front stretch. The 5 of Hollings coming out of pit road. Going to have to stay down there on the apron for these leaders to get by. Technically not allowed to merge until onto the back stretch there at the blue commitment cone. So if I was Hollings, I would wait for the pack to go on by. As he does, waiting down there on the well, no, he jumped up onto the track. Down here in the corner, number 3 and 4. Up into the pack he comes as they roll through here on lap 7 to go. Now 6 to go as Eckert crosses the line. Gall there second. Shu there third. Rolling around through 1 and 2. 6 laps to go from Texas Speedway. We got James Wagoner here with the James Wagoner Welding Xfinity Series. Down here in the corner, number 3 and 4 they go. Ethan Eckert out there in front. Matthew Gall there in second with Stephen Shu third. Chris Phillips fourth. Jeffrey Ledford fifth. Chris Ramsey rolling around in sixth. James Wagner, or otherwise known as Doug Wagner, down here in that 7th position is your last car on the lead lap. Justin Hollings out there, laps down, and Larry Fairman out of the race. 5 laps to go as they roll down the backstretch. Laps are winding down. Hopefully everybody that's come in to watch the stream here tonight is enjoying the broadcast that Flieger Farm TV is able to bring you the On the Pole series. As On the Pole is brought to you here by the Roughneck Racing League here tonight. Down here in the corner number 1, or I should say not brought to you, but brings you the Roughneck Racing League this Monday night. Hollings up there on the outside, Shu down there on the bottom side, and they roll down here off of corner number 2 down the backstretch. I don't know, if I was Hollings, I think I would just kind of mind my own business, maybe stay towards the upper side of the racetrack, let the leaders have room to come on down and come by. I wouldn't put up too much of a fight because we are, you know your lap's down, and it would just spell trouble for the it would just end up spelling some trouble. As we work down here in the corner number 1, there you see Stephen Shu working through off of the corner underneath of Gall. Gall trying to hang on to second spot as Shu's putting the pressure on him down here through the front D-shaped tri-oval down here in the corner number 1. We're on board here with Gall out of New Braunfels, Texas. There we go. Eckert there in first. Stephen Shu second. Matt Gall there third. Chris Phillips there fourth. Jeffrey Ledford fifth with James Wagner in sixth. Chris Ramsey there seventh. Final lap. Final lap here. Now Gall goes back down to the inside. Got to see if he can pull it off there to get that second position back away from Stephen Shu. Nobody's going to catch Eckert. Eckert has the win. Battle's going to be down here between Shu and Gall, but it looks like Shu has that wrapped up as they roll down here through turns 1 and 2. Here they go, coming across out of corner number 4 here. Checker flag in the air. It's going to be Ethan Eckert. Here comes Stephen Shu, Matt Gall, Chris Phillips, Jeffrey Ledford, James Wagner, and here comes Chris Ramsey across the line. Alrighty. Oh. Our results coming in here. Ethan Eckert finishing first. Stephen Shu there second. Matt Gall there third. Chris Phillips in fourth. Jeffrey Ledford there fifth. James Wagner for or Doug Wagner for James Wagner Welding there in sixth. Chris Ramsey, Justin Hollings, and Larry Fairman are going to be your field here tonight. And it looks like Ethan Eckert is starting to burn it down out here. We'll go to the booth and we'll see if we can get with the winners of the race. So starting off with Matt Gall. Good evening there, Matt.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. Well, you came away with third. Couldn't
Yeah,
quite
no-
hold off Steve there, I saw.
Yeah, no, you know what? I guess those 2 laps of tires did matter a little bit, but I was giving it everything I had to try to at least pace with the 12 and see if maybe if he hit the wall or you know what I mean, if I could get anything. And man, I just burned up my tires trying to keep up with him. And then yeah, Steven Shue got me at the end. He was playing the long game and I was not. But hey, we'll take the podium. Nothing wrong with that. Top 3 is good. Yeah, so we'll take that and move on to the next race.
Well, it was definitely fun to watch here tonight. Only one caution out of the 100 laps here at Texas, so I would take that as a big win as well.
Absolutely, yeah, we love the green flag racing. Like I was saying earlier, you know, that's what we want to do. It shows out who's the good drivers, who can save tires, who doesn't make a mistake, and that showed tonight. And so, you know, happy to be in the top 3 when that's the case. When it really comes down to driver talent. So happy for that for sure.
Yeah, definitely was fun to watch, and it was interesting to see how the pitch strategy was going to play out because I wasn't sure. I never know what the fuel window is. I haven't been able to get information on what the fuel window is for these cars prior because each league runs them a little different.
Yeah, so we're doing 80%, and we could get about 45 laps. Now, I was running shorter than that because I knew the last stint was going to be shorter. So I was kind of short fitting the guys a little bit. And that in the first run, that got me in front of the 12, but briefly. You know, I gained a couple of seconds doing that, but then he had fresher tires and went right back by me. So, you know, the short pitting definitely helps when you have that. But at 80% fuel, you know, you had to pit a couple of times anyways. So I was just kind of splitting up the pits, and you know, I mean, it worked out enough to where we got a podium, and we'll go from there. So I want to do a couple shout outs while I got you, while I'm on here.
Most definitely. You always got to do your shout outs.
Yeah, of course. So B&G Racing, my teammates with them, always fun to race with those guys. I do want to plug, I got a this Friday, December 6th, we got a race coming up. It's a charity race. It's a $20 entry fee. There's a bunch of driver prizes that we have and stuff that we're doing for a young man that's got brain cancer and is needing some surgeries, and the family's just kind of going through it. So we're trying to raise some money for him. So that's going to be this Friday. If anybody wants to, they can reach out to you on your channels and just hit me up and let me know if anybody's interested in racing.
That's where the young man with that's the one I'm supposed to be doing. I think Wriggle Raps is supposed to be giving you a car for, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're more than welcome to donate that. I got one on there, and we would love all the paints we can get. But yeah, that's that race, and that's what we're trying to promote this week. On Wednesday, my truck will have the paint that I have for it to kind of help promote it as well. But you know, like I said, the family definitely needs some help with these bills. They've already had one surgery; it wasn't very successful, and now they're trying to figure out when they can go back in and try to do another one. And obviously, those things are not cheap, even when you have insurance. So we're just trying to help them out and see what we can do for them. So if anybody is interested in driving, it's a $20 entry fee. Like I said, there's a bunch of different prizes that are going to be going up. There's a couple of Sparco racing gloves, some iRacing credits, and some other stuff. So anybody who's interested in racing, check it out.
All right. Well, I'm going to see if I can maybe get a driver in there. We'll see.
Sounds good. Put your paint on there and advertise it.
Exactly. That's kind of where my thought was.
Very good.
That's if I don't get in there myself. Maybe both of us will. We'll see.
Sounds good. All right. Appreciate it. Have a good night. Go talk to the real winners.
Yeah, we will. But
right.
Again, to go along with that plug for the charity race, if anybody out there is joining it and wants a paint done, Regal Wraps and Designs, you can look us up on Facebook. We will do them for free for that event. So if you're looking for an event scheme, we will take that cost on to get it done for that Friday night.
Appreciate that. So. All right, we'll see you next week.
All righty, see you next week.
All right. All
right, so now to get with Steven Shue. Oh, come on now. Do what I want you to do. Good evening, Steven. How's it going?
How we doing, Fleeger?
It's going well. What a race there tonight.
Oh, yeah, it was a pretty good race.
Well, any night that we go almost all the way green flag, I consider a good ride.
I'll agree with you. I think if it would have went green, Team Foothills would have finished a little bit better.
You think Foothills had something for Eckert?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. He was burning his stuff up early. He just lucky enough to get that fresh set of tires there at the end, and they wasn't enough time to burn them up. So he got the win though.
Well, a win's a win in certain situations. Foothills still did great though. I mean, you got a second place, a fourth place, and a fifth place. I mean, you all finished top 5. If I'm
Oh yeah, but I mean, is that
team.
really a lot when you're only 9 drivers?
I mean, y'all got the front half, still ended up in the top half of the field, so that's still a good night.
Oh yeah.
Oh, who's your sponsors and shout outs you want to give?
Got to give our team sponsor, Wagner's Welding, Jamie Wagner. I mean, he does a lot for Foothills and does a ton for Roughneck. Got to give a shout out to Gall there with his Gall Real Estate and his Herbalife. Definitely shout out to Team Foothills. We kind of help each other as a team. So, and the wife and kids would be my main ones. And you too, Flieger, for broadcasting and everything.
Oh, I enjoy it. Definitely my pleasure to be able to bring the races to everybody and have everybody watching them, and gives me something to do.
Oh yeah, I understand that.
But yeah, so I mean, great finish tonight, finishing second. Do you think you can keep this momentum going to next week?
Oh yeah, I mean, as long as I can make it next week, being a lineman, cold weather tends to mess with the internet a little bit more, so got to keep everybody turned on. That's for sure.
Well, where do you be a lineman at?
I'm a lineman for Spectrum.
Okay, but what state?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Okay. So
home of Roughneck.
You were busy there a few months ago, then.
Oh yes, I was caught up in all that hurricane stuff. I worked 100 and some hours overtime in 1 week and worked 3.5 weeks straight without a day off.
That's tiring work, but the money's worth it.
Oh yeah.
But glad you and your family made it through the hurricane stuff okay, and you're safe and back here racing. And I know a few years ago we had to get linemen up here around us because we had all of our transformers blow all throughout the western part of the state. We were cold.
I guarantee it.
Dying ice storm took out all the transformers. But congrats on second place, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, Flieger. See you next week.
Alrighty. Now, where is Eckert? Disappeared on us. Well, maybe. We'll see. Bet you this is him. Good evening, Eckert. How's it going?
Going good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Great race there tonight. You finished there in victory. You kind of were setting the pace a lot there tonight. I heard Team Foothills say, though, if it would have went a few more laps green, they think they might have had something for you.
Foothills more like footsteps. They couldn't really do anything against me tonight. If it would have went a few more laps like they wanted it to, I would have probably saved a little bit more and not just went full out those last 20 laps after that yellow. I mean, I had them beat by 7 seconds at the yellow, so that does all the talking I need to. So, yeah. I mean, they didn't really have much competition for me tonight.
It didn't look like you had much competition at all tonight. You had the number here for Texas, and it seemed tonight was your night from the moment of qualifying.
Yeah, I mean, I started on pole. I wasn't really expecting to. This, to be honest, is my first time ever racing here. I'm not that great at Texas. I don't like it in the A car or the truck, so I mean, I didn't really expect it to be any good in the Xfinity car either, but in victory lane, so
Well,
this combo is a little bit better than I thought.
sometimes that happens.
Yep.
But great job putting that 12 there on the podium out there in victory lane. Who's your sponsor shout out you would like to give for helping you get up there into that position?
James Wagner Welding was. Thank you guys for putting this on. It's a lot of fun. I mean, even giving out payouts when it's no entry fee and all that. That's amazing. And you for putting it on that for the broadcast. So yeah.
No, I enjoy it, and like I said, it gives me something to do. And hopefully everybody enjoys the broadcast, as we were trying to get some things updated and things here tonight with it. So we got our booth back up and running, so you'll have to go back and watch to the end and see what I mean by that. So, but definitely a fun night of racing here at Texas, and great job for you for bringing it home in victory lane. You think you have anything for momentum for next week?
I mean, I think I'm gonna win out the rest of the season. Being completely honest with you, if they race the same way they did tonight, yeah.
Well, I think next week. Let's see here.
As long as the tracks aren't road courses or Pocono, I think I'm looking good.
Well, I don't think you're any of them, but I do somehow think they are. Oh, well, let's see here. It looks like we're at Talladega next week.
Oh, you saw how that went last night, so we'll do it again.
Did you say you won't?
I will.
Oh,
We'll do it again.
okay. That was. But hopefully you can take some of this momentum and Talladega, it's anybody's race. It truly is.
Yeah. Yeah. Not everyone's.
Congrats on your victory here tonight, and enjoy the rest of your evening as you get ready to take on whatever it is here for this coming week. Hopefully you can get yourself another win somewhere.
Yeah, I'll get plenty of them, I'm sure.
Alrighty. Congrats again, and you have yourself a great evening.
You too. Thank you.
Alrighty. So that was Ethan Eckert there finishing out our winners here tonight. And great job there by all these drivers tonight. Only one caution, coming out with about 25 laps to go or so, 25, 24 laps to go. So really great racing here as everybody worked very hard to get their strategies to play out for them. Just unfortunately, Ethan Eckert definitely had the number for this track as they come on down here, finishing out from pole to victory lane. Started on pole and just never looked back tonight. So everybody have a great night. We are so thankful that you came to Flager Farm TV to watch on the pole with us tonight.
Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road.
Natural Life Apothecary is your one-stop shop for natural healing and remedies, offering a full line of organic herbs, oils, teas, CBD, and federally legal Delta products. Visit naturallifetx.com today and save 15% on your entire order with discount code ROUGHNECK. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the race.